And, and rookies had to go bring food to the veterans, right? So Big Sofa, so I come in after practice, and I every time I saw Big Sofa, he was always laying on the damn sofa. And I said, Damon, hey, he was always tired. Always tired. All right.
Tell him about this 200 degrees.
It was hot. It was hot in Jacksonville, but when you're a rookie, it don't matter about the heat. You got to go get the sandwiches. So I would come in the locker room thinking we're gonna have sandwiches, Popeyes, or something like that, because Damon had to go get it. And Big Sofa would be on the sofa. I said, "Dog, bro, you know every time I come in here in this locker room, you on the damn sofa. You know how in Friday say every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating all the damn food, eating up all the chicken, that was you."
That other couch really saved me. Like,
yeah, well,
I mean, I would lose. You was over there with me sometimes, a couple of times, drinking the water bottle.
Sometimes.
You didn't hang out all the time, but I was there. I had to get my fluids back.
Yeah, I understand.
I had to get my fluids back.
I understand completely. But the reason why he got the name Big Sofa because every time I came in the locker room after training camp, his ass be laid out on the sofa. So I said, you know what, we're gonna call you Big Sofa. So I coined the phrase. Big Sofa.
Okay, so you coined that phrase.
I coined the phrase. I gave him the name Big Sofa.
Oh, okay, very good. I never knew that, man.
There it is. There it is.
Wow,
so if he ever gets, well, I'm telling you what, that's why I'm here.
You're the creator.
I'm here.
You're the cut creator.
I'm here to love and create. That's why God sent me here, to love and create.
Well, I bought the .com already, so.
Oh, shit.
18. It's a technical thing, real quick. Come here one second.
Uh-oh.
Make sure I just something I never seen before, and I just. Because we always say there's no sense in moving on unless we got good quality and people hear us and see us. So I just wanted you kind of came ready roll last minute a little bit. Mr. Damon Jones, Mr. Big Sofa, you came in the house and we appreciate it. We
appreciate
you joining us.
Me and Serge hung out a little bit last night. He asked me to come through.
Oh, a little bit?
Yeah, and it's a good football game on, so have a good cigar and cocktail and watch the game.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. Well, did he tell you anything about me, his beautiful co-host? Did he tell you anything?
He told me he was the ultimate CEO, and I just found out you had your own cigar.
Listen, always brag about you, partner. Come on now. I'll show you nothing
I
but
just
love.
want to make sure he's doing his job.
Absolutely.
Before he's about to lose his job.
Uh-oh.
I want him to lose his job.
All right.
I don't want him to get fired either. It was a hard day the other day. Tuesday, they had to cut down. That was a...
Oh, it was.
But what we're here all about, Mr. Damon Jones, we have been, this is, I believe, our 38th episode of 36th episode. Okay. We have just celebrated our first year anniversary of Smoke and Score a few weeks ago. And so we're very excited about that. And what we're talking about, we're all about the cigar culture, the whole, not just smoking cigars, but the whole camaraderie and the whole culture of the creation of cigars. So we're talking about cigar culture. Smoke and Score is here for the community, entrepreneurship, and of course, sports. So that's what our premise is. Big Sofa, just so you kind of get the background of that. And we're here every other Thursday in our beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida, live in living color from Island Girl Gate Parkway here at 7860 Gate Parkway here in Jacksonville. And every other Tuesday, we're at Aroma Cigar. Over there on, I think it's 4372 Southside Boulevard at 8 p.m. every other Tuesday. So Tuesday, we will be there. And so we have a guest, but for the most part, and sometimes Leon and I come on and just talk to ourselves and just say what we got to say about the whole cigar culture, community, entrepreneurism, and sports. So again, we want to thank Island Girl Gate Parkway, Miss Cindy Day, for having us here every other Thursday and just being so gracious to be one of our main supporters. And also the wait staff here is great. You're here around different little restaurants. You can get food delivered in. So it's a great place to be. And it's an amazing humidor, of which Ultimate CEO, again, we have our own cigar line, stands for crushing every opportunity. And so my business partner, who is also our executive producer behind the camera right there, Mr. AT, we have our own cigar line. And our cigars are 3 blends. They are Connecticut, Habano Maduro, and the Doble Oscuro.
I gotta say something about 18. I'm digging that shirt. Now I'm about to.
You like that shirt?
I like that shirt. It got a little.
You
flavor.
gotta get in the grown ass cigar society to get that shirt.
He over there popping collars with that shirt. Now I see him over there. Look
It is.
I wish he
could. Nice.
I wish we could turn the camera around so they could see it. Cause it's
He's sharp now.
I like that. He got to come in for us quick. Yeah.
There it is. There we go.
There we go. It's a grown ash cigar society shirt. We're members of a very great and amazing group there in the Sarasota, Tampa area. Matter of fact, they're one of our sponsors, Grown Ash Cigar Society. Okay, so that's one of their Galbero shirts. Okay, one of them cigar. You know, they used to smoke them cigars in Cuba and had the pockets and everything. Put the cigar right in there and easy access. Pow.
Well, listen, that right there, that shirt right there says Miami all day long. Now.
Yeah.
You go down to Miami.
Yeah, that's what they wear.
Oh, that's what they wear.
But see, it started in Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Galbero shirt.
A lot of Cubans in Miami.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's they brought it to Miami.
Oh, okay,
they used to wear that.
He just don't have it buttoned down to his navel though. Like the Cubans.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
Cubans, they
But they be sharp. They be sharp now. They be sharp.
They
No
be
doubt. They be
sharp,
sharp for sure.
and they may not have on jeans. They may have on Swedish mix.
Oh yeah.
And,
Like some skinny jeans. Or
Some skinny jean pants. But yes, and so we're so delighted to be here on this evening again on another Thursday. And Leon, also, you have a cigar line, which we're extremely proud of. We love All Pro Series. Tell them about your cigars, Leon.
Well, All Pro Series Cigars is under the Howard G brand. Howard G is a good friend of mine, also my business partner. So we created the brand about 2 years ago. Our distributor is ACC American Caribbean Cigars, a good friend of mine as well, Alex Menendez. He makes his plant is in Room and Habano, and then he had the All Pro Series. I'm on the All Pro Series. My cigar is called Leon Searcy All Pro Series cigar. It's 8 1/4 cigar, 58 gauge, all Nicaraguan blend, blinder, and leaf. And we got we also do Ike Taylor. Ike Taylor, two-time Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
We do his cigar. His cigar is called One of a Kind.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I love the fact that Leon, we pretty much, well, I think you started probably culminating your cigar, cellophaning and packaging and banding a little bit before us. But around the same time, we were kind of bringing our cigar lines out. And I love the fact that both of our cigars are integrated with Nicaraguan filler binder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have a Honduran wrapper,
Mm-hmm.
which is very interesting. Our cigars come out of a manufacturing factory in Honduras. So it's a great company that we work with our cigars, and the wrapper is very nice and smooth and creamy. I'll be glad for you to try that.
And
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to try it. I'm definitely excited about
now
that.
we see you, Big Silver, that you're an avid cigar smoker. Every time I see you in the spot, I see you in the juke. We call it the juke.
The juke.
We call
I
it.
still can't get that right. The juke.
We call Aromas the juke joint.
It's not the
Every
juke,
time I
it's
say it, the juke joint. You always branding the cigar. You're proud. What are you? A proud Alpha? Omega Q Dog.
Q Dog.
You know, I
Oh,
usually
I
see.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I see. Every time I go in there, you know, they have y'all have meetings there sometimes, right? Or y'all just have a gathering
They
sometimes.
have a cigar group that's out.
Okay, I got you. That's a go.
that
Yeah,
hangs
cigar
out there.
bros.
Yeah, so
cigar bros.
cigar bros. So every time I go in there, I see you flossing.
Yeah, I'm not a
flossing the
member
stick.
of the Cigar Bros, but I mean, I like to get out and have a cigar. It just kind of gives me an opportunity to, almost get that locker room feeling again. You know what I'm saying?
True
You
that.
get out, socialize, have a good time. I'm older now, so I'm not into the club scene
I got you.
and all that type of stuff. So just rather go, relax and
Relax,
have a nice
vibe,
cigar.
chill. Yeah.
Vibe, chill, relax, have listen to some good music, have
There
a
you go.
cocktail or two, and vibe out with a cigar.
Hey, partner, I got a funny story about so all the fellas on the Jaguars, when we used to go out to the clubs in Jacksonville, right?
Y'all went to Jazz
Oh,
Coast.
man, we went everywhere.
Y'all
We-
went to Jazz
We
Coast.
tore up the town. We tore the town. So every time I would see Sofa or Aaron Beasley, we had this call when we knew we wanted a specific drink.
Like Coco?
No, we would do this. We say Baru. That meant that Baru meant Baru.
Baru,
So if you said Baru, that means you wanted hen dog.
Yeah,
that
So
means-
that was our call for Hennessy.
So what's the other drink? What y'all
No,
ain't
it wasn't-
had?
we didn't have no other drink.
That's all.
That's all we drank.
no
Was
other
Listen,
drink.
partner, you know how much Hennessy we went through back
We
in them
went through,
days?
like-
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. Like I used to buy like a half a gallon just every Friday, just because. Like, and I would already have like 2 or 3 that was already at home. Like I would just buy it, like, because you never know you never know when the fellas was coming through, and
True that.
then when they came through, you had to have a Henny.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all would have, if I was hanging out with you guys, y'all would need to adapt another one. Y'all would have to say like for Crown or Johnny Walker Black, y'all have to make up something. I mean,
I don't know.
Coco?
I don't know. Yeah, but listen.
I think Coffin did it one time.
Ooh,
Did he go wrong?
no, don't tell that lie. You know damn well. Don't even tell that lie. You know damn well Tom Coughlin ain't drinking no Hennessy.
Tom Coughlin was drinking some white wine or something. He looked like he drink white wine or something.
I mean, I've gone to his wine tasting down
See, I
there.
told you.
Okay.
Or the J Fun. He has the J Fun wine tasting.
I bet you he
Oh,
look like
it
he
was-
drank some
It
whiskey.
was sweet.
It's off the chain.
I ain't never been invited.
It's at the
I wonder why, Leah.
No,
well, I mean, I wasn't invited. I just they sent me like the emails and stuff, and I reached out to his daughter. She's in charge of it, Kelly. She's in charge of the foundation.
Yeah.
And I just reached out to her on email, and I was like, hey, I want to, come to the, thing or whatever. And she was like,
That sounds nice.
sure. And she sent me 2 tickets or whatever.
Okay.
I bet
Nice.
you they
I
had
went,
wine and
but
cheese.
it's definitely- Yeah, they have like a whole bunch of. Is that the Modus building number? What is it?
I don't know.
What's the building now? Right, is where the Atlanta used to be.
Yes, I know. I know what you're talking about.
But he has it in that lobby, and it's like upstairs.
Yeah.
It's like some rooms and stuff, like have meeting room stuff. So it's upstairs. And
Yeah.
It's in that lobby and everything. So you have vendors from everywhere. You had at least 150 wine vendors.
Yeah.
I mean, at least. Yeah. It was
Well,
a lot.
maybe after this show, Leon, you'll get an invite because you know what?
I'm just joking about the invite.
But check it out. He looked like he probably drink White Zinfandel though. No offense. I mean,
White
White Zinfandel,
Zinfandel's
okay.
good.
Okay, but he looked like he drink White Zinfandel.
He may.
Kaufman probably
Moscato.
Kaufman probably drink red wine. Red wine.
A red wine to you?
Yeah, he probably drink a Merlot,
Cabernet.
a Pinot Grigio, or something like that.
That Pinot Grigio, like your Pinot Noir, probably.
Pinot Noir, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm drinking, Pinot Noir.
Yeah, that's what he probably drink. I think Kaufman will drink something like that.
So Coughlin,
Yeah.
listen, if you're out there listening, we would love to smoke and score. Wouldn't mind, being some type of partner or sponsor for your wine and tasting and fundraiser.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
definitely.
Get in touch with us.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Get in touch with us. Okay, so we have some listeners that are on board, and we thank them so much. We have our live studio audience that comes here. Whether it's 5 people, whether it's 50, they come and support us every other Thursday. So we appreciate our live studio audience. Where y'all at? Everybody, hello. Thank you,
Hey,
Tammy. We got Tammy. We got Tammy.
they in a
I don't know who else we got.
They just watch. They watching.
They
Ohio
watching the
State-
game.
Ohio State just had
Hello
a
out
long
there.
touchdown run.
Garrett Brewer. I know it's 2 people here. No, I'm just kidding. But we also truly appreciate our supporters here on live on our viewing virtual audience. We have some great people out there. We have Lysandra Muhammad. That's our girl, our sister of the lead from Tampa, Florida. I think she lives in, I want to say Live Oak now. But Lysandra Muhammad, thank you for being on. Mr. Todd Henderson, thank you so much for being here. He's both virtual and live here in the studio. We have Lewis Whaley. Thank you so much, Lewis, for being on. And Jennifer Williams, that's our sister of the leap, our twin flames. Look up her and her husband, Brian. They have a group on Facebook and Instagram called Twin Flames. It's couples of the leaf. It's all about couples of the leaf, smoking and enjoying together. So
All right.
she's on board with us. I did something extremely interesting. I didn't do our disclaimer, did I? Well, we didn't have much. We had music at the beginning. So let me say this real quick. So Smoke and Score Live does not agree with or is in agreement with any music that is played or opinions that are expressed on this show. It is solely expressed by the opinions of our guests and our viewers. Smoke and Score Live does not own the rights to any of this music that may be played on this live show as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. We got to do legal stuff. Guess what I did this past weekend? Because it was my business partner, AT. It was his birthday, and guess where I went?
Where?
Yes. Want to guess? It's down south somewhere. Don't
Key
tell me,
West.
Oh, I don't.
I didn't. I mean, you said down south.
You don't get no south of the.
That could have been anywhere.
Well, I mean, Miami. I'm sure you probably went to Miami, so I mean, I just figured Key West.
Oh, that's where I went.
Yeah.
It was extreme. It was my first time going.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah. His wife, who's also a travel agent, she hooked us up and she planned this trip and we went and it was great. I want to go back. It was a great time. Great weather. It was humid. It's hot now, but it's south, so it's all good. I'm a Jacksonville girl. I'm used to it. But it was great.
Yeah, I've been down there one time on a cruise. Was kind of hungover. 'Cause, it was the first cruise. That was our first stop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a lot of cruise. Yeah.
luckily, I went with a doctor, and he gave me some medicine. I forget what it's called, but you put it under your tongue. It took the nausea away.
And you can drink some more after that?
Oh yeah, right.
Well, I should have had that.
Yeah, definitely. It starts with an N. I forget what it's called.
I should have had that because I drank quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But it was a good old time. I'm telling you, good people, good times, good cigars there. I didn't realize that there was quite a cigar culture
You
there.
came back with a little color, got your little tan on.
I
or
know I'm a
whatever.
little pecan.
A little pecan.
You like that? You like that? You like that
Mm-hmm.
a little pecan tan on the skin. Yeah. I sat out at the beach. It was Smathers Beach. Been there, and it was really nice. Sat out on the beach for hours, and we sat there. It was very lovely.
Yeah.
Very lovely.
Nice. Water was beautiful.
Weather was.
Temperatures outstanding.
Oh, it was.
Had a couple of
nice.
cigars.
Had a lot of cigars.
Mm.
And,
Seafood.
good seafood. Some great oysters. Some good rum. I don't normally drink rum, but we stopped at this place called the Rum Factory. I believe it was called Rum Bar. The Rum.
Rum bar. Okay. All right.
Very nice place.
All right.
He didn't measure the rum. He just kind of poured it.
So you
That's the great part right there.
so you fancy now? What you trying to tell me? Huh? That's what you telling me.
You say your partner's wife is a travel agent?
She is. She's sitting
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, she is. Well, I'm gonna have to talk to her because I need to plan a couple of trips.
Yes,
So,
absolutely you do.
yeah, I'm gonna have a sit down with her after this show.
Absolutely you do. She does an amazing job. She did an amazing
Yeah.
job. So I thought I'd put that out there. As a matter of fact, I'll let her put for everyone on the virtual. I'll let her put her information in the thread. You probably saw her at the top of the hour, Tammy Fields. Why do I have no idea. I just be going back. I'm starting to act like my grandmother some days. I'm telling you, it's a lot up here, and it just started just going backwards. The brain. So Tammy Fields, she will put her information in the thread. She has a travel agent, and she does some great things.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you have to look her up to get some of that information. So where are you planning to travel soon, sir?
No. Well, I will be going to hopefully my homecoming. Barn, everything doesn't shut down, somewhere nice and have a good time. That Memorial Day weekend and get on, get out.
So you said you're going to your homecoming, right?
Yeah.
The school you went to. Won't you tell them you just recently were inducted into your college football team's Hall of Fame. Tell us how was that experience?
Yeah, it was definitely. He obviously came out after me. A couple other guys that went in our Hall of Fame, and I just didn't know if I was gonna make it. It's hard as a tight end, but I was happy that my numbers spoke for themselves. When I graduated, I was fifth in receiving yards and third in receptions. So to have that record broken by a guy who's going in with me seems kind of fitting. It was definitely an emotional phone call when the AD called me. I'm sure it was for you too. I mean, to get that phone call, you think it's going to happen, you want it to happen, pray for it to happen, and when it does happen, that emotion just kind of hits you. So I started to work on my speech a little bit, but I think I'm gonna, I have a basis for what I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna have a little bit that I'm just gonna go from the cuff, and I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
I'm having a good time.
Well, I went into the hall in 2003. Actually, the year before I went to my offensive line coach Art Keogh. They was inducting him into the Hall of Fame, and he told a story about me at the banquet. I was there, and when he finished the story, the story was this: I was my freshman year at University of Miami. Our first day of practice, we had to run a 40. All right, so I got in line and I ran my 40. And I ran it kind of fast. So Jimmy Johnson saw that I ran my 40. So he started running to Art Keogh to ask him what 40 I ran. And my other offensive line coach, Tony Wise, was behind Jimmy Johnson, waving, telling him to lie to Coach Johnson, because I ran my 40 was so fast that Jimmy Johnson, when he took big guys who were fast and put them on defense. So the reason why he didn't tell him, because I think I ran like a 4.9 40. But he told Jimmy Johnson I ran a 5.2. And he was like, oh, Leon looked like he ran a little faster than that. So he lied to Coach Johnson, because Coach Johnson would have switched me from offensive line to defensive line if he had told him the right 40. So after the speech, Art Keogh said, hey, he said, and I don't understand how Leon Searcy is not in the Hall of Fame by now. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. And I had just retired. So I retired in 2002, and then they inducted me in the Hall of Fame in 2003. So that it was pretty cool. But I agree with you. It was special to me to know that my college felt good enough about me as, and I didn't.
Respected you.
The thing is, I didn't write a speech. What I did is I just went from the heart. I just went from the heart, and then I thanked a lot of people. I thanked all my coaches, my teammates, and all that stuff. And so I know how special it must have been for you to actually go back to your alma mater and then walk in there knowing that when you walk in there with your kids or your grandkids, you can always say, that was me when I played in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing you think about it when like for you, as long as the University of Miami is in existence, you'll be in that Hall of Fame. As long as Southern Illinois is in existence, I'll be there as well. So, like you said, that is a humbling experience that the university would think so much of me in that career, of my career there.
Yep.
And obviously, I didn't pick Southern Illinois as the first choice out of high school. I went to Michigan. That was a second chance for me. So Coach Watson, really gave me a second chance at my, future and career. So it was definitely a special place for me. I learned a lot and matured a lot there. So it definitely is a humbling experience, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to get back.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. And just to have all of your past player comrades, your family and friends and stuff there, that's got to be.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of old teammates and stuff like that, reaching out to them, hoping that they can be there.
That would be great.
For that. They're actually playing right now. I'm going to see if I can get it on my phone, because I got to update my ESPN app. Whatever, something like that, updated.
Oh, your ESPN app,
yeah. I got to get a new credit card. I got a new credit card, so I got to Update. Yeah, you know how they want that money.
But we're so excited and proud.
Appreciate
We're
it.
excited
Thank
for
you so much.
So we have a few more virtual people that have chimed on, Mr. Big Sofa on here, telling you hello and sending you much love. Mr. Allen Peak, thank you for being here. James Ross is on our line. Thank you for supporting Mr. Ross from Alumni Entertainment, one of our good ours. He says he's lighting one up now with us, watching on the show, with the Buffalo Trace on the rocks. All right now.
All right, but
I know that like that sounds like a good drink.
It
All
do,
right
it does.
now.
Yeah.
All right now. He said that we are his favorites. We love that. Y'all can chime in with us every other Thursday on Facebook at Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy on Facebook and Instagram and also YouTube. We would like to thank we as you can see we have these lovely mics that we are represented with our Rockville mics that are that give us so much great sound and great quality. Hashtag Rockville. We appreciate having those. Our executive producer got us hooked up with these to make sure we have the best sound, best quality ever. So
yeah, I never talked into a gold mic before.
You never
Feel like
welcome to Smoke and Score.
you feel like
It's like little Kim.
you feel like Michael Jackson.
It's like little Kim.
Little bit,
or-
little bit.
Nicki Minaj or somebody.
You say little.
Did you say look, Kim?
He did say
He
little.
said, "Look, Kim."
Look, I mean, that's the thing. She was like one of the first people to have a mic like that.
I think you're right. You might have a
I think she
point.
was
there.
like one of the first ones to have a mic
A
like
gold
that.
mic.
Something like
Yeah,
that,
it might have been. Yeah, look,
Now,
Kim, something like that.
I just knew when I got in the league, I just knew she gonna be my girlfriend. And I thought I had a shot too. I said, "Shoot, I'm in the league. If I ever see Lil Kim, I said I'm gonna holler at
Yeah,
Lil
you
Kim."
want to try Trina?
Who?
Trina from being from Miami. You
I
want to try?
know.
I know
Yeah.
Trina now, hey, listen.
Yeah.
She on fire now. Trina still got it, even at her age today. I seen her
Well, she
recently.
got a little boyfriend now on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
I
ain't
guess you
gonna lie.
might have missed your shot then, sir.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a Lil Kim fan. I ain't gonna lie.
I was too. I know she's
She messed herself up with that surgery.
her and Trick Daddy still close because he has a show that comes on.
Yeah, they do a radio show together.
Yeah. Yeah. She got it going on. But we're going to mention a few sponsors we have that I would like to mention. Mr. Alan Bird of Bird Global Industries. He is a friend and family of the Smoke and Score Live Show. You can reach him at 904-591-7633, Facebook and Instagram, Hair Elements Products. He is the private label partner to the professionals with over 20 years experience in formulating salon hair care products for their own brand. DGI is creating a great e-commerce avenue for their clients in assisting them in building a great global brand for their hair care products. He is Mr. Alan Bird of Bird Global Industries, 904-591-7633. Mr. Alan Bird, we appreciate you and all you do. And we're so proud of Mr. Bird. If you ever follow him on Facebook, he is becoming quite the exercise guru and physical fitness phenom. So we're so proud of him in that regard, doing something for his health. And so it's an inspiration to us all. We also have Mr. Brian McCray of Big Boy Cigar Life Cigars and Accessories, 813-753-8226 on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Big Boy Cigar Life, www.bigboycigarlife.com. Line of unique cigar blends in the Tampa area, cigar accessories, humidors, ashtrays, lighters, cutters, etc., featuring all Zycar products. Big Boy Cigar Life out of Tampa, Florida. We're so proud of him. And also, last but not least, we want to again mention we have Jade Events, Alumni Entertainment, AJ Reese Clothiers, Ultimate CEO, and Diamante Rojo Premier Stogies presents to you Jacksonville Cigar Weekend, September 30th through October 2nd. Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. You can find us on Facebook at Jacksonville Cigar Weekend and Instagram at Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. If you need more information, you can also go on Ultimate CEO and look up the information under our Ultimate CEO page for Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. Leon, it's gonna be a stone cold gas. Now that's old school. That comes from Soul Train. You know that, right? Because it's gonna be amazing. We got 3 days of music, live bands, food, fun, and of course cigars. So it's gonna be a great time.
Where is it at?
It's gonna be here in Jacksonville, the Host Hotel. That Thursday night, the 30th, will be at the Aloft Airport. We will have cigar vendors there with cigars for sale, boutique cigar vendors. Leon Cigar should be there. I will be there. And we have about 4 more vendors that are traveling that will be in attendance. And so we will have a live DJ and a live music there at the Aloft. And then on that Friday Big Sofa, that Friday night, we will be here at this Island Girl. Gate Parkway, 7860 Gate Parkway. We will be here doing our sip and smoke. It starts at 6 o'clock. We have tickets available on Eventbrite under Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. Jacksonville Cigar Weekend on Eventbrite. And then that Saturday night, we'll have the finale, which is the Black Party, the All Black Affair, which will be at Island Girl Ponte Vedra, okay, on A1A. Island Girl Ponte Vedra, Island Girl Ponte Vedra. I did. I said it's an all black affair. So that's you should know we say it. Not all black people, all black affair. We say that. But all black affair. So it's going to be everybody's gonna be dressed in all black, and we are going to have a great time. And we're just inviting everyone to come out locally from all over or wherever you hail from. We're gonna have a good time. And again, we'll have a live music, band, full band, DJs, food, and just tons of cigars to offer to the guests. So it's going to be a great time. So we're looking so forward. First Jacksonville Cigar Weekend ever. So we're looking forward to it. We hope that you can attend. Dana?
I'm going to definitely attend. I don't know if I'll attend every day, but I'll definitely attend at least 1 or 2.
Where there are tickets available on Eventbrite under Jacksonville Cigar Weekend on Eventbrite, and you can get a 2-day pass or you can get a single pass for the meet and greet is free, so that's a free event. You just come in, purchase the cigars from the vendors, or see the different vendors and all of that.
That's at the A-Law.
That Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Thursday, Friday and Saturday. 30th, 1st, and 2nd.
Of September and October.
September and October. So the 30th is September. Okay. Yeah, so we're excited about that. Everybody come out of Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. We're so excited to bring you all that. It's going to be a good time. And speaking of good time, I mean, you know, Leon, I never cease to continue to be impressed on the cigar culture and just how cigars help you meet just the finest of people. Like, I'll give you an example. We were in Key West, you know, I said over the last weekend, and there were just people, we were smoking Ultimate CEO cigars, and there were just people just randomly coming up to, oh my God, that cigar smells amazing. Where'd you get that? It's our cigar. You're buying it right off the street from us, you know, or we were just kind of passing out cigars, and people just love the cigar, and they just stopped and would talk to us, and we just met some people that started getting our cars and was smoking a cigar and giving out our cars to other people on the street.
Well, that's the best kind of marketing you can get, though, with word of mouth. You know what I mean? When you have somebody who's satisfied and they get a chance to meet the people, meet the owners, and have a good interaction, you know, that's a customer for life. You know, they'll probably be buying cigars off your website and all that. So that's a great interaction. And cigars definitely do that. I mean, I met a guy at Aromas. Hopefully I can get a liquor license out of them and get a club going.
So, very nice. Very nice.
It happens.
Okay. It happens. And when you get that club going, you got to have a cigar component, and our cigars can be pure cigar.
All right.
I'm a business person. I got to throw it in.
Well, what's the name of the lounge? What you going to call it?
Oh, well, I haven't decided that. It has something with a sofa, though.
Of course it has.
I think that'll sell though in Jacksonville. Though. I mean, Kaufman, even though I was, sometimes a troublemaker, he still would introduce me with the offense as a starter. You know, he would come to me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna introduce you." They would say "Big Sofa," and the crowd. That's why, still to this day, I can't go to the grocery store and not have interaction with somebody. Somebody's gonna, "Hey, know you," or that Big Sofa, wave at me or something. So I love it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
listen, if you're going to have a nightclub here in Jacksonville,
I don't want it to be a nightclub. It'll be more a sports bar.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, yeah. Big Sofa. Yeah, Big Sofa would be a perfect name.
Yeah,
we're gonna have wings,
food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drinks. That's
all right.
I'm saying? The big TVs. And
I like it.
get a smoke area.
Okay. I like it.
So do you find that happens? I know that Big Sofa just said that happened to him in the Romans. Do you find that happens to you when you're just smoking a cigar? You could be somewhere where you're not in a meeting or trying to meet, you could just say, sometimes I'll say, I'm just going to kick back and smoke a cigar. I'm not trying to talk to anyone. I'm not, but it just happens naturally. I mean, people just see you smoking and they just, like, you're good people.
Well, yeah. I don't mind the interaction.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'll be in my little Zen
Yeah.
mode,
I
and
get
you're kind of meditating, and thinking about what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But most when people come up to you, like you said, word of mouth is that sells itself. When people ask you, hey, what are you smoking or whatever, usually I'll say, hey, well, I'm smoking my cigars.
Yeah.
And oh, you got your cigars? Oh yeah, my cigars, rather. And I'll walk them in the humidor. Walk them to the box. Hey, yeah, these are my brands. Me and my business partners' brands. Here's the Black Moses. Here's the Magic Stick. Here's the All Pro. And most of the times they're going to buy a couple of sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And if they buy a box, they buy a box of mine, I sign it.
Well, I think just like Damon just said, it goes to his point.
Mm.
When they can talk to the owner and actually meet the owner and sit there and you can explain the cigar to them, it's one thing to have a salesman do it because you feel like, oh, they're trying to hard sell me on buying a cigar. But when you have the owners that have put their blood, sweat, and tears into a cigar line and invested their money and time and sacrificed everything for creating a great cigar, and you can sit there and talk to them about the blend, it means something to somebody, I think. And they're more avid to,
Absolutely.
or prompted to buy a cigar from you, or several, or boxes is what we would love to do. Hey, Sam Flag, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on, Mr. Flag. What's up? He's a great supporter of Ultimate CEO Cigars as well. So your favorite cigar blend you were speaking of before, Damon, was a more mild, maybe Connecticut mild type.
Yeah, I mean, I typically smoke the Monte Cristo White Series. That's normally what I go for. It's really smooth. They have different sizes. I just go by the different size for how long I want to hang out.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I got the long one tonight. I got my good night. I mean, I'm gonna be here for a while.
You're gonna do one ring gauge for 2 hours, color ring gauge or size, or maybe a 45 minutes.
I've probably seen the biggest cigar I ever seen last night at a home. But I don't know if you saw it. This dude had a cigar. It was like almost like a carnival cigar. Like it wasn't even look real, but he smoked.
It was like, was it a Sauvignon Leon or was it?
It was a little bit smaller.
There's
than it.
another one called like White
It was
Jack,
probably
Black Jack.
Stylum or a Lunatic.
It was huge, though.
One of those
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to put nothing that big in my mouth.
Doesn't carry well. No, that's it.
I don't have COVID.
Have a little comedy,
partner.
Hey,
Lean back.
'cause
Lean back.
I know what you're saying, dog.
Lean back.
Because you,
I ain't gonna say it,
I know what you're saying. I know where you're going with it. Because
Well- Well, the FCC,
hey,
right?
this is locker room talk. But
Hey,
yeah, but listen,
I could put a cigar that big in my mouth, but I choose.
That's for poor lady.
I choose. I like a Churchill. I like a bigger type of stick, like a Churchill or a Toro. Not too big, but that type of size.
And that was just a little.
And every now and then I like a nub.
yeah.
I'll do a nub, which is a nub. You've seen a little small. I'm through with you. I'm through with you, David.
We're all over the
I'm
place.
through with
All
you.
over the
I
place.
know. It's like I'm still on Key West Blue time,
I
man.
don't know what they put in this Moscow Mule, but they done got it good.
It got you going all over the place. No, but seriously, don't look at me like that, Damon. I like a nub cigar. If I want to like a
It's
40
just funny when you see a girl do like this.
and normally she be
Look,
picking
she's
it.
laughing too.
Normally she be picking it.
Right. When you-
No. It's a little nub cigar. That's
When you say love like that.
Sam Flag said, "Be careful, LOL."
I told you. We all right, man. We ain't did that bad, but
Okay. I like a smaller smoke.
Yeah.
Sometimes ring gauge when I'm, not necessarily ring gauge, but a smaller, shorter smoke of a cigar. When I want to go like maybe 40, 45 minutes, or I'm drinking a little coffee, I want a quick smoke. But because normally, Damon, I don't know how long have you been smoking cigars?
off and on, probably about 5 years, but I wasn't smoking them. Within the last 2 years, I smoked more recently, but before I just kind of would get them and
Dibble and dabble.
dibble and dabble. Mostly I just split mine down the middle, roll them up.
Well, see, what you'll start to find the more, the more you smoke, the
I
more.
think you can click in what I was talking about, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna move right along. The more you smoke, you'll find that you're not gonna relight a cigar. Once you put a cigar down, you're done. I mean, you gonna finish it. You're gonna want to finish it. So you learn to get cigars that are appropriated to your time.
Yeah,
frame, to your
definitely.
time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I hate smoking. I don't smoke in my car or nothing like that. That smell be too bad.
Yeah, well, they have things that can take care of that. You can get from the cigar shop. Now, I normally was a big proponent on never smoking in my vehicle until, I started really becoming an avid smoker and then get a little stressed and I got a little cigar sitting right there and I'm like, man, I'm about to open up the sunroof and roll all the windows down and just go for it. So, but it's not a habit. I don't do it all the time, but
That was a hand rolled cigar or just one of your cigars?
hand roll, mine are hand roll as well. So.
I
Yeah,
roll mine myself too.
You
That's a whole nother show.
Lord, I have
Whole nother show. You and Snoop
Yeah,
need to be on the same
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I'm trying to get
you
the
and
lights up,
Snoop,
man.
you and Snoop and Martha Stewart need to be.
Exactly. Y'all
I
need
got
on
my
the show.
card, baby. I'm a card
Oh, yeah,
carrying
you
member.
do. You
You a
are.
card carrier?
Oh, absolutely.
It's for your glaucoma.
Medication for my PTSD.
Yeah.
My back,
okay.
my knees, my neck, my back, my neck and
My
my
neck
back.
and my back.
My neck and my back.
My neck and my back.
And my back.
Okay, well, very good. Well, excellent. So what now, Leon, I know you have a bigger ring gauge for all pro series. You have a pretty
This smoke
big.
is like 2 hours.
Not for Leon though.
It's like an hour and a half for him.
You're about right. You're about right.
Not right, about an
For
hour.
me,
Yeah.
for me, it was about an hour. When I smoked this, it was about an hour and 45 minutes. True.
Yeah,
me too.
that's true.
That's
True.
true.
That's what I
Takes my
was.
time. Yeah, I like the bigger ring gauges, and I like the Maduros. So I like my cigars a little more bolder, more bolder.
Yeah. I like a good Maduro, as long as it's, still have a smoothness on the end of it.
All right, so y'all
Not a
gotta
great cake
educate me. Y'all gotta educate me. Y'all saying the Duro. Y'all keep saying these terms, so I just educate me on them.
type.
So now I
Absolutely,
know.
and we love that. We're glad you asked. So Maduro is more like the darker
Darker,
shaded of
okay,
the leaf.
Maduro, okay.
And then what you have is considered to be, it could be a Habano, it could be like a Connecticut. Like
What's
a
the
lighter.
lightest one? Connecticut is the lightest.
Connecticut
Connecticut
tends to be
is
a
the
lighter.
lightest, and Cabano, then
You could go to Maduro or there's San Andreas. I mean, there's Candela, which is green. Have you seen green? That's a Candela.
I use those too. Them is good too to split.
Mm-hmm.
Not the green leaf.
Yeah, the green leaf is real good.
The green wrapper, man.
They burn
Not
slow.
the green leaf.
The green ones burn slow. They know what I'm talking about.
Bruh,
Hey,
come
she know what them
join
green
us.
leaves talking about, don't you? Them green leaves burn slow, don't they?
Yeah. So anyway, but we love the cigar. We love the cigar culture, and this is what Smoking For. One of our missions.
What's her name? What's
What-
the
who?
service name?
Michelle.
Michelle.
My bell, something. Yeah, so we love the cigar culture. We love how it integrates people, and people come together, and how we can smoke a great cigar. And Damon, it has been one of the things for me. I've been smoking a little bit over 15 years, but it's been one of the things for me where it made me, because I'm a little bit of I be everywhere, because it's everywhere. Never been diagnosed on ADHD, but I probably got a little tendency. But the thing about it is, I heard that I got good hearing, and so and so what the cigar has made me do is to be able to sit down for a whole hour and just my comments and be able to
Relax.
Yeah, and relax. So I was like, oh, between that and running, those are the two things that bring me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running, like
Running.
distance, like jogging.
hmm I used to be an avid runner. Always a runner. I'm slowly picking back up the pace, though. I'm slowly getting it back together. I said before my birthday this year, I'm going to run another race. If COVID don't stop the races.
What kind of race? Like a
Right.
marathon?
5K. I've never done a 26 point. I've never done a full marathon. I've done a half.
I ain't doing neither.
Man, I ain't ran since 2003.
What you? If somebody was chasing.
Somebody chasing me?
A girl was chasing you.
I'm calling the authorities.
But you know what? At races, you don't just run. You walk. You run.
Man, I walk, but I mean,
You meet the most amazing people at
if
races.
somebody run into me now, like football wise, I'm calling the authorities for real. I'm calling the authorities for real. They got some explaining to do. I just even when you say like when you say a old retired football player, saying you don't squeeze his hand hard because you already know how his hands are already. I mean, that's just kind of like that's almost like it's. As a man, you want to shake people's hands hard, but when you see a former player, guys kind of know like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of give him some dap because I don't know what his hands been through. So that's kind of like inside thing that I'm letting y'all know. So when you see a football player, if he does shake your hand, don't squeeze too hard.
Thank you for that. You know, I would never thought of that.
Yeah, like if you look at Leon's hand, that pinky thing.
Yeah. It's been through a lot.
Yeah, that thing bad.
It's been through a lot.
Leon used to put a whole roll of tape on each hand. Can you believe that?
That's wild. You know, thanks for bringing that up.
A whole roll of tape on each hand.
You know what? That's
He's exaggerating. I ain't putting
No, that's
damn
not
hold
true.
on.
That's not true.
No, I'm gonna
That's-
tell you.
That's
I'm gonna tell you
exactly the
something.
truth. I heard and saw Leon's hands do work. Like I remember we was in the game and we had it was called 80 protection, and we had the D lineman to the linebacker. The linebacker was walked off, so playing with Leon, he was like, go ahead and release. So I didn't have to, I still check because if that backer comes, that's my responsibility. So I checked. I started to take my release. As I get probably about 2 or 3 yards down the field, I hear this. Ooh. You usually don't hear somebody lose their breath on the field. I look back, and he kind of punched Jawan Curse in the chest. And Jawan was like, he was like almost like a scarecrow.
Caveman.
Remember how the scarecrow was hanging on the thing?
Yeah, whole chest got
That's how
caved
I mean.
in
He
there.
was just kind of, and he's. And I heard that. What do you mean with the fans? And I said, man, Leon done knocked the hell out of this man. I said, if he ever hit me with them hands, I'm gonna shoot him.
You gonna go straight to the attorney.
Yeah, I'm calling the police.
Well, you know, we got the south side of Leon. We got the Huggy Bear side.
Oh yeah, it's the calm.
Yeah, we got the
Leon
Huggy Bear
side.
side of Leon. You know what I
You
mean?
got to catch him on a Sunday though. About 12:45.
Well, what happened? What happened? Tell me,
He
Damon.
turned into a different person.
That dog come out.
Oh yeah, he turned into a different person.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
See, that's why you have to be careful bringing your friends on this show.
But no, I mean, that's
Gotta
what
know
made
your
him.
secret.
That's what made him all pro. That's why he has those
Absolutely.
cigars. I mean, that's what made him what he was. So.
Absolutely, he was strong and strategic.
It was. I mean, he was a great teammate. I was playing with him.
So maybe Damon, you'll run a race with me one day. You and Leon, y'all can walk it.
I can walk it. Yeah, I ain't running no nothing.
Yeah, we can walk together the 5K. We can walk together. Oh, and you know what? We can go and you can wear your All Pro Series cigar shirt, and I wear Ultimate CEO, and we'll walk the race.
Can I smoke my cigar? While
Oh, oh,
I don't know if you want to do
no,
that.
no. But
can't have no cigar thon.
but I smoke a cigar afterwards.
Okay.
You know, that's a good idea. We should have a cigar 5K. They probably would say that's an oxymoron, but I don't care.
I mean, if you found a good, give the money to charity, give it to the cancer society.
Yeah. What? Wait a minute.
I mean, we've all had somebody that had cancer.
I know, but it's a little, I have for instance, I have a gentleman, I won't say his name. He's big in the American Cancer Society. Actually, I worked with him back in corporate America. He actually wants to come on the show, but he said, he actually wants to come on the show, but he said it would be a little get against. He loves our format, but he said it would be against their protocol.
Because obviously they promote no smoking.
Well, here's my vision of the cigar-a-thon, 5K. You bring your sticks, you bring your bottle, you bring your music, and you walk, and you chill for 5 miles.
It's not 5 miles.
And
It's like 3.
No, it's 3.1. It's 3.1.
I can do
That's
that.
Miami.
You're gonna stay off my hurricane.
Leon, I told you, Leon, I told
Hang
you.
on, hey,
You're
hey.
gonna stay off my cage.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay off of them because they got a lot to deal with this week.
Oh,
Right,
yeah, we-
right, they really do. But no kidding. It would be great. Now we can smoke afterwards. Now, granted, the Gate River one, you know, the big time Gate River one, the popular national. Now they, because you go all down the streets of San Marco and the residential, and they pass out wine and champagne and beer to the runners and everything
Now,
along
see,
the
that's,
along.
that's the kind of
But
marathon.
they're not. But
I think they do the same thing with the Donna Deegan Marathon at the beach.
yeah, at the beach,
It's the same kind of thing.
at the beach.
I mean, I think you would do it, but if you could donate some of that money to the Cancer Society, that would be great. That would be great. I mean, that would be. I don't see them not taking them money.
Yeah, or we can do. There are lots of things we could donate to. My daughter, God bless her, she's an amazing young woman. She's 28 years old right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and call the name out. She probably don't want me to, but her name's Ashley, and she's an amazing young lady. Her and
You
her
put
husband.
Ashley out there, didn't you? You put Ashley out there.
That's right. Her and her husband. Hey, I put the time in. I could do that. Her and her husband live in St. Augustine, right? They're very good people. She was born with epilepsy, and we could give to the, epilepsy does not get a lot of
That's
awareness
definitely a good
or
one.
a lot of funding.
That's definitely
So
a
how
good
about
one.
we do it for the epilepsy? They'd be glad to take
That's
the money.
definitely a good one.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Cerebral palsy.
The stroke.
Cerebral palsy, stroke. Yeah, I mean, any of them will take.
Also, the Lymphedema Association, they don't get a lot of play. Lymphedema is when the lymph nodes are. My mother has lymphedema from having breast cancer, and you ever seen people with big fat arms or limbs, extremities, like their limbs are really.
Yeah.
That means that their lymph nodes were severed when they had like surgery. And so the circulation is not running in their lymphatic system, and so they don't get a lot of money for it. There's a lot of treatment that takes, and they don't get a lot of money for it. They give to cancer, but they don't give it to lymphedema. So there's a lot of other charities we can do. So let's talk about that, Leon.
Get it done.
A 5K,
I like it.
ultimate CEO and All Pro Series 5K. We could get you can get everybody out there, Big. So I know you can. We get everybody out there. We can have cigars at the end, and wine and Moscow. We can have a bar set up at the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, for cigars, they might want to do a bar crawl.
A bar crawl.
You know what a bar crawl is?
Yeah.
Bar crawl.
When you go to the different.
That might be better for the cigar thing, Go do smoke a cigar, have a drink, go to the next bar,
You
have
know,
a drink.
we're gonna
I
get
like
into we're gonna go right into sports in just a moment. But Ultimate CEO, we actually did a bike. What did we do? A bike crawl at the beach. We got on some bikes.
Yeah.
We rented some bicycles and we went to the beaches and the guy dropped the bicycles off. We rode to one spot and drank a lot. And then we rode the bike to the next spot and drank some more and smoked and drank. It was fun.
Y'all wasn't scared on them bikes?
No, man. We went down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Straight enough, you stay straight.
You stay straight.
I need 4 wheels and a cup holder.
We had baskets. And cup holders. You need 4 wheels.
That balance.
Oh man, you would have been all right. We was looking out for each other. You've been all right. You would have been all right. But again, we appreciate everyone being here, especially Mr. Damon Jones. That is Big Sofa, former NFL player, Jacksonville Jaguars, and a teammate of my co-host, Mr. Leon Searcy. I am Tracy Irvin again with your Smoke and Score Live. Appreciate our executive producer for having some great sound and visual graphics for us to look so pretty every other Thursday and every other Tuesday. And we on our Rockville Gold mics. What you say, the Rockville Gold mics?
Yeah.
They go.
These mics are sweet, though. These definitely some sweet mics.
Mhm.
Rockville puts y'all in. That's definitely worth a hashtag on the
Hashtag Rockville.
hashtag Rockville.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. And again, I am Tracy Irvin, Ultimate CEO, crushing every opportunity with my own cigar line, and my co-host.
Leon Searcy, Junior All Pro Series Cigars.
Excellent. And we are again here at Allegor Gate Parkway every other Thursday, 8 p.m., 7860 Gate Parkway. And so we have sports going
Yes.
on. Leon, what we got going on this week?
Well, I'm gonna ask Mr. Damon Jones, Mr. Big Sofa, and we're gonna treat the Jacksonville Jaguars like a house.
Oh,
Okay, this is why. Okay, what is if the Jacksonville Jaguars are a house? what's their basement level of wins they'll have this season, and what's their rooftop level of wins you think they did. So the best you think they're going to do, and the worst you think they will do. So let's go positive. Let's go. How many games do you give them winning this year, legitimate?
Rooftop, I hope 7. 8.
Okay, all right.
7 or 8.
7 and 10. 7 and 10.
8.
That's not a bad record.
7 or 8.
Coming from 1 and 15.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm hoping for 7, maybe 8.
Okay, all right.
Low
end.
it can get bad. Hopefully, they stay healthy. That's gonna be obviously the key.
True.
With Trevor, they got to keep him upright. But if they don't keep him upright, it's gonna be real bad. But if they do keep him upright, I think he'll win. Even with the bad team and a young team, I think the low end is probably 4.
Yeah.
I say 4.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think that the worst they'll be is 4 and 13. All right, and I think the best they'll be is 8 and 9. The best, very best. Because I agree with you. If we can keep Trevor Lawrence upright, I think his arm. All right, Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson, they worry me. They worry me a little bit, because both of them are promising talents at the tackle position, but they've taken a dip down as far as performance goes. They're too inconsistent.
You know what they remind me of? Like if a teacher asks you to raise your hand for the right answer. You know what I mean? Everybody can go a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what Cam Robinson and Jawan Taylor need to do. They need to go a little bit higher. Yeah. I think DJ Chark, obviously he's in a contract year. I don't think he played well last year. I mean, obviously Urban Meyer recognized that. He's already made that public. I think that he has got to have a stellar career. He's got to play back to that Pro Bowl level. If he doesn't play back to that Pro Bowl level, it's going to be tough on James Robinson because they're going to stack the box. They're going to blitz the young quarterback and make him try and confuse him, and they could be real bad. You know how that can go if they don't have a good running game, or they don't, teams don't believe that running game can legitimately hurt them. So I think they've got to establish that run. ETN going down is a big loss to him. It's a really big loss. I thought he was a good player out of college, but I know he had some injuries. I was hoping we could have got Najee Harris. He went to pick before that, but we'll see. I think Shenault's going to be a big player. I think he's going to make some plays.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, and I keep hearing this. They're saying that Trevor Lawrence has these weapons around him. And but what
does that mean?
Well, it means he's got some firepower to throw to. When I look at this team, I don't think we have a clear number one receiver. I think we got a bunch of number twos. I think Marvin Jones, the veteran that we brought in from the Detroit Lions, he's not a number one player. He's a number 2. DJ Chark, who actually hasn't played the same since his Pro Bowl year, he's a number 2. Laviska Shenault, he's a number 2 receiver. So I mean, and losing ATN, Travis Etienne really hurt the team because he was going to be our big play guy. He was going to be the kind of guy where we can have 2 backs, motion them out, create mismatches on linebackers and safeties because he's good in space or whatever. He was that home run hitter that we definitely needed on the team. That's the reason why he was drafted. He was drafted in the first round, 25th overall, because do you know this kid at Clemson? The 3 years he was at Clemson, this kid scored 79 touchdowns, bro.
Wow, no.
That don't make any sense, bro.
Right.
I think he played. I don't know if he played 3 or 4 years. Maybe I think he played 4 years. 79 touchdowns in the ACC.
That's magic.
He's a playmaker, and that's going to hurt a lot. I think Shenault will help some of that if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
But Chark, like you said, Chark is playing like a number 2. He's got to play like a number 1. He's got to play like a guy on 3rd and 8 that he's going to get that double team coverage. He's got to play good enough to draw that coverage because right now, as a defensive coordinator, I don't see anybody on 3rd down. Well, I feel like I have to double for the Jaguars.
Well, and also this, and I was talking about this on my radio show a couple of days ago, is that there's nobody on our team offensively outside when you got Trevor Lawrence now that scares you. There's nobody that you got to defensively say, hey, we've got to lock this person down.
I'm intimidated. I'm real.
Yeah. There's no, because when me and Big Sofa played, you had to worry about Jimmy. You had to worry about Keenan. You had to worry about Fred. You had to worry about Mark. I mean, you had
James Stewart coming
You
off that
had
bench.
people that you
Stewart
were
coming out the-
like,
yeah, you had the game plan against those weapons. Those were weapons.
but they don't really have.
We don't have anybody that scares anybody. And then if you go,
I think James Robinson might be that guy.
he can be,
But when you put that 8-man box, it makes his touches and his production limited because, like we said, that offensive line has been up and down in the run game. I didn't see great things in the run game in preseason, so that doesn't give me great confidence in that now they're going to start running the football. You know, you are what you are. You know what I mean? And in the preseason, they didn't show me great success running the football with James and Etienne being healthy. Now Etienne went down, so that might have changed things how they felt. But I think they opened the playbook up that third game to give Trevor that confidence that he wanted to go into the first game with. But we still did not establish a run. They didn't establish a line of scrimmage like we used to do with Fred, James Stewart. We established that line of scrimmage. Then our play action game, because you talk about it, they still don't have tight ends. I mean, even with Jimmy, Keenan, and Fred, we still had Kyle and myself in the play action and short yardage to make plays to go up and go down the middle of the field to keep those safeties honest. We've got to have some tight end play that's going to be
consistent.
Consistent. Shaughnessy
Exactly.
healthy.
Yep.
The kid, Micah Hurts.
Yeah.
He's I think I like
Man
him.
Hurts, yeah,
Man
man,
Hurts.
yeah.
I like him. I think he can definitely do some things. He's a smaller guy, but I think he can do some things blocking wise, and hopefully his passing will come on in the season as well.
Yeah, and if you look on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you know, everybody was saying how, you know, defensively, you know, during the preseason, we did a good job stopping the run, and that's smoke and mirrors when you really think about it, because our defense didn't go up against any first-team offensive line. All right, so their first game, you know, the Cleveland Browns, they were second-team offensive line they went up against. Then they played the Saints, second-team offensive line, mass majority of the game, and then the Cowboys played the second and third team. So this notion that we're just going to stop the run based upon the success we have in the preseasons is a little hit or miss. Now, do I think we got better on the defensive front? Yeah, I think adding Malcolm Brown, who can play the nose or the three, Hamilton, he's going to be good. He's a good young second-year guy. He's going to be playing out of Ohio State. He's a good guy. And you got James Robinson. You got him. You got him coming from Chicago. But the meat and potatoes of a 3-4 defense has got to be your linebacker play.
That's where we got to have Taysom and Josh Allen.
They've got
to live up to that number one pick. They've got to live up to that success.
Both of them have to do
do.
because here's the thing, because we're going to be running a 3-4 attack style defense. If you don't get to the quarterback, a lot of your coverage is going to be man coverage, and I don't know no DB that can cover for 5 or 6 seconds. If you don't get home to the quarterback, you're going to have a long day in the secondary because those DBs are not going to be able to cover all those receivers for that long of a time. So we need some outstanding play out of Chase On and Josh Allen. They've got to live up to their first-round build and get to the quarterback, or we're going to have a long day in the secondary. Absolutely.
I agree with that 100%.
Well, before we about to close out, listen, you hear some of this great commentary. You all have some of the greats. I mean, two of the greats up here on this Smoking Score Live stage with us on this evening for our live podcast. You all, if you have any questions for Leon or Big Sofa, y'all chime in right now and give us a comment or a question. We would be glad to have them answer any question or comment. We have Todd Henderson, who is here. He said those are the good old days. Y'all were talking about the good old days with the good guys.
Good old days, yeah.
Good old days.
And we were talking about this a couple of days ago. We had a round table 2 days ago. It was me, Frank Frangie, Jeff Longman, and Tony Baselli. So we had a round table. And you know, this is well, you weren't here for that year, but this is the 25th anniversary of the 1996 run that we made in the playoffs. And we just talked about, and I called this, I don't know if you remember this Christmas story, the land of misfit dolls. That was us in 96. We were, because we had rookies over here, free agents over here, guys cut from teams over here, and somehow collectively we all bonded together and we made a run. Now you got to remember, in the 1996 season, we started the season 4-7. All right, we were out of the playoff picture, nowhere near the playoff picture, and we made this run. We won fifth game. We ran 5 games in a row. We went 5-0, and we went into the playoffs to beat Buffalo and beat Denver. Next thing you know, in the AFC Championship game, and that was special. But I still get frustrated to this day, and every time when I go out, people ask me about what happened to that 1999 team. The 1999 team is the most talented. And listen, everybody talks about the 2017 Jaguars and that playing the New England Patriots. That 1999 team would have put a whooping on the 2017 Jaguars.
Oh, listen.
I'm just telling you that right now.
So such a good skill set.
Oh, we had
much talent.
we had so many weapons. First and foremost, our quarterback play would have been a lot better. Blake Bortles and Mark Brunell.
Oh, Mark Brunell was
2019.
he was hot.
You know, when I look back at that 99 team, I always look at my fingers and think about the Super Bowl ring I'm missing. No, because I mean, we let that team beat us 3 times, and I look back at some of the things Coughlin did the week preparing for Tennessee. You know, we was in full pads in the AFC Championship week. I don't know, you remember that, don't you, Leon? Which is like week 22. You know, we got a little tired in the second half. I know I did. I know that's when we started to turn the football over. Kyle gave up 2 turnovers, let Eddie Robinson take the ball from him twice. Alvis got that interception off his hands. We had 5 turnovers in that game, and still was leading in the third quarter. But you know, it was a tough game. You know, we were leaving the next day to go to the Super Bowl. I remember that was the year that they had 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
We was leaving the next day. It was a tough time. I remember sitting in sneakers on Atlantic when it used to be on Atlantic and St. John's Bluff. Me, K. Hard, Brackens, and Beasley was sitting in there on Monday. We had all did our exit interviews. We were sitting there like, man, we can't believe we're not going to Atlanta. We was like, man, let's go somewhere. He was like, let's go to Atlanta. I was like, going to Atlanta? we left sneakers and went straight to the airport and went to Miami for like 2 days.
Wow.
Just to take
the pain away.
I know I wrote a book, but I can tell you right now that 2 days was a book in itself.
It was a book.
Oh yeah, that was the Hangover 1 and 2.
What? It was a Hangover Part 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. We did that in 1 weekend. We did both movies in 1 week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know, Big Sofa, we know that you did a lot of work with the NFL and you played great games. But community, we also talk about community here on Smoking Sports. Community is a big part of what we stand for. What are the things that you're very, your heart is in the community?
Well, my fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, that was while I was a little bit like almost tardy. I had to stop by we have our e-board meeting, which is our executive board. They're having our meeting for our meeting next Thursday for our group. But I had to tell them about some training I did Saturday for our foreign office. I hopefully be elected in our fraternity. But I do have some things that I do in the community. I do guest speak. I go to some of the schools after I was coaching, prior to coaching. And talk to these kids, and let them know that, only 1%, when you look at these kids in high school are going to play in the NFL. You got to have some type of other plan or some type of goal or something other than football, because when you look at the numbers, and the numbers speak, and I give them raw numbers, you talk about the NFL scouts are going to probably evaluate 6,500 seniors or draft eligible guys this year coming out of the league. That's what on average what they like. You know how many people they invite to Indianapolis for the combine? 350.
Out of all.
That's the max. But guess what? That 350, they're not going to draft all of them.
Out of all those,
They don't even draft all that. They're only going to draft 230 something because of the numbers of what they are.
So you help them look at reality, like the reality.
So the reality is getting drafted in the NFL. It's really, really hard. Gotta have God on your side.
Gotta be smart too.
You definitely gotta be smart.
Now you said it. I say that thing you just said. Gotta have God on your side now. You gotta have faith.
You gotta have God. If you don't have God, I don't know guys that don't, because it's so hard. When you look at the numbers, think about how many guys are just playing high school football in Florida and Texas and California, some of the biggest states that we have. Those kids, some of them aren't even ready to play college football. Think about how many guys go to these.
Yeah.
You know, they want to go to the Power Five, and they get to the Power Five, and guess what? They redshirt, but they're not ready to play college football. So it's tough. I mean, football is a grown man's game. It'll tell you if you like cheese or if you like, you know, if you're a man. You know what I mean? It'll definitely, you know, first that hitting will let you know who you can count on.
And there's
As a
nothing
football
wrong with a goal, nothing wrong with a dream or a goal. Definitely. However, there's another side to that.
Yeah, I would never
You
tell
need to
them
have another side to
I would
that.
never tell them to not dream. But guess what? Football is going to stop for you at some point.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
don't
have
know
something
when it's
else.
going to stop them.
That's right.
We don't know. Leon didn't know when he was going to stop.
Mhm.
I didn't know when I was going to stop.
Right.
Some people get to play 10 years in the league. Some people get to play 5. Some
Right.
people get to play 1.
That's exactly
Some
right.
just get on the practice squad and don't get anything else. And some, you know what? They get to college.
You don't know how long you're going to be in anything.
That's
You don't know
true.
how anything is. You got to diversify yourself.
Well, you know,
You got to diversify yourself.
the NFL stands for not for long.
Not for long. I never heard that.
Not
Wow.
for long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a revolving door. You got to understand in the NFL, is man. I mean, it's a dog eat dog when it comes to NFL because you got to think if you're not an established veteran, and sometimes you can be an established veteran, they're drafting people to replace you every year.
Constantly. Yeah.
That's why you got to be
Always.
on your A game all the
All the
time.
time,
Not
yeah.
some of the time, all the time. Every practice, every film session, every game, every snap. You got to be on your A game because they'll replace you. They'll
will.
replace you.
Actually, young people coming out of college every day that are replacing people. And that's why they tell you diversify your income, diversify your portfolio. How your different revenue streams of income. It's never good to put all your eggs in one basket. You
Well-
need to have a backup plan, some type of plan for something else that could build your revenue, no matter.
And another thing about players is that, I mentor to a lot of players, and I talk to them, and I made the mistakes when I was playing. Listen, put away your money. A lot of the money, a lot of the dumb, you know what stuff you buy when you play in the NFL, it's to impress people who could care less about you.
And listen, and when you need and turn around and look around, and when you need somebody, they want to spit on you if you on fire.
Oh,
You know, the thing is crazy. I saw some guys,
I've been
and
there.
I've seen it, but you can only drive one car at a time. And I live by that motto.
But
you know
they
what I
got,
mean?
but they got like 5, 6 cars.
But I live by that motto. I had and Leon will tell you, how long I had that Tahoe.
forever.
And they used to tease
But
me
that's all
about
right. But it was riding.
It was
Point
riding.
A to
It ride
point B.
good.
it. It ride good. Had AC.
Hey, I remember.
It might have
That's
struggled.
all I needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
But
sir. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir.
it was paid
Yes,
for. It
sir.
was paid for my.
Yes, sir.
It paid for my rookie year. So that was income. I remember like going to the Lexus dealership and calling my financial advisor and saying, "Hey, I'm about to buy this Lexus." He was like, "Well, it sounds like you already made a decision." I was like, "Yeah, I have. I need you to wire this money." He's like, "Well, let's look at it." And we looked at my money and we looked at everything, and I was in a contract year and I had some money, put away, and I could have bought the car. He said, financially, that's not a smart decision for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, I'll send you the money because it's yours, but I'm advising you that that's not a good purchase for you right now. Not at this point. He says, wait till you sign another contract in a year. And I said, okay. And the crazy part about that was the next year I tore my ACL in the first game of the season.
Wow.
And I didn't sign the big contract that I wanted to sign. So I signed a smaller deal. So that saved me, I could have been paying, $400 or $500 for a
Extra
Lexus
month. Yep.
for, a car that was just a car. You know what I mean? And I wasn't gonna get no value out of that. So
It's all material. It's so
he
material.
put me on a budget. I still try and live by that budget to this day. And I've been all right. I think my lifestyle's been the same. It hasn't changed since I've been in the NFL. Now, do I want to do things, I guess, faster?
We
Yeah,
all do. Yeah.
but for me, I mean, I didn't even have credit because I was just straight cash. I was, straight cash. I was like Randy Moss, straight cash, baby.
Cash money, homie.
Yeah, if I can't pay for it, I don't want.
You're
I
not
don't.
getting- you're
I
not
don't
getting
want. I don't want to get it. And that's how I live, and that's how I'm still able to, I guess, do the things that I want to do and be able to go where I want to go now because I did make some of those sacrifices. I bought some chains, some suits, and I lived my life. I mean, I had fun. Don't get me wrong, but my financial advisor, Craig Jones, definitely kept me on the straight and narrow. He was like, you know, don't do it.
Well, Damon, that's a good.
Well,
that's a good. Go ahead.
No, well, my financial advisor was a crook, so I ain't gonna say his name, but if you're watching, I'm looking for you. But
We got the hit out on you. No, but guess what? Even but Leon, you know what? Even in all of that, I mean, we all been there. We for one reason or another, we made some bad decisions, whether it was voluntary or involuntary, whether you had to because you were in a situation and you had to do what you had to do, or whether you did it because you just didn't know no better. But you came through. But you're here. You're here right now.
oh yeah,
And the thing is, you know, even in your book, Shameless Plug, Fourth Down and Down, a Lyman Story by Mr. Leon Searcy Jr. He has his book on Amazon, right, Leon?
It's a great
well,
book. I read
yeah,
it. It's a great book. I read it.
And you talk about a lot of those mistakes and things that you made. And Damon, I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to pass down and mentor to young, not just boys, but kids in general, just to talk to them about.
Yeah, and you know, with that, I've been able to go to the Jaguars. I've done the Rookie Symposium. They did it in Chicago. They brought all the drafted rookies to Chicago and brought in different peoples and speakers and different things. But a couple years ago, what the NFL did was they put it on the teams, more for the teams to do the Rookie Symposium. And then that way they got the undrafted guys, and they brought in older guys. And I went in and I've done it the last 5 years. COVID, we couldn't do it last year, but I've done it. You know, I did it again this year. And going in there and talking to those rookies and just giving them the real deal of what they're going to expect
That's good.
in life in Jacksonville. You know, places to go, places you gotta keep your head on the swivel.
And pay,
You know what I mean?
stay away
Because
from.
There's places in Jacksonville that they told me not to go to when I first got here. But I went, you know what I'm saying? Because it was our people. You know, our people was there. And if you go and you handle yourself appropriately, like anybody else, they're going to show you love. But if you go in there big-headed and try and be
Fall in
cocky,
and impress people.
whatever, then that makes you become a target.
Target, yeah.
For robbery, for any type of things of that nature. So you just got to carry yourself accordingly. It's just how you carry yourself, how you treat people, you know what I'm saying, and build those relationships. Like, I can go to any bar on the north side and they'll know Big Sofa because they love Big Sofa. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, I've been to the schools, I've been to the food drives, I've been to all that
That's
stuff
beautiful.
to help out in the club in that neighborhood. So they see me, they see my face. So that's what I think these younger players need to do is understand that, building that.
Building that relationship.
Building that
organic
relationship
love.
in the
Yeah.
community,
Yeah.
building that relationship with your teammates because we was a tight team. I mean, we didn't like Coughlin, so that made us get closer together, and you know that was our bond. We didn't like Coughlin, so we played for each other, not
Beautiful,
coach.
beautiful.
So I think
Yeah.
that's what the young Jaguars got to do. They've got to find what's going to bring them together. I don't think Urban is going to do it. I don't think he's that coach. I honestly don't. I like him as a coach. I think he's going to have a system to put guys in position to make plays. But I think they've got to find something. Miles Jack, somebody's got to come together and bring that team together, for them to have something special.
Well, I think what you're doing by speaking to the young people and speaking to the new players, I think I don't think I know that will make an impact. Even if one person hears it, it'll make an impact. And so you got to keep on keeping on. And we appreciate you giving your time and talents to that. And we appreciate you for coming on tonight. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, it's a good time. We had fun. We talked
Thank
about
you.
the elemental peak community and everything.
And right, exactly. So in closing, again, we appreciate you all joining us for Smoking Sport Live on this evening. I am Tracy Irvin, your ultimate CEO, queen, crushing every opportunity, ultimate CEO Cigars, and I'm with my co-host.
Leon Searcy Jr., All Pro Series Cigars. I also want to say September 4th, my book, Fourth Down and Down Alignment Story, will be available for audiobooks. A sale, you'll be able to purchase the audiobooks on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes.
And you have the movie
I'm working on the script for the movie. Yeah.
coming up. Working on the script.
Who gonna play you?
I don't know.
But guess what I'm playing? Guess what I might be.
You gonna be his first wife or second wife? I read the book. That's the only people that was really in the book. Was it two wives? I mean, I don't think he was gonna be his mama.
I'm gonna get crazy. I'm gonna get real crazy.
That's gonna be the second wife then.
I can tell you read the
He
book.
can tell I read the book.
Oh, God. Oh, God. And Leon, you also, before we close out, you also have something on this weekend. You want to speak on that?
Oh yeah, this weekend at they're having a day party at Aromas, and we'll have our sponsored cigars there for the event.
Saturday, right?
Yes,
Saturday, September 2nd?
September 4th.
4th. I'm sorry.
September the 4th. Yeah, September the 4th. Right before it's going to start at 1.
About today, that's all.
So you will come on through. And my cigars will be there. They'll be posted up there at the Aromas at for their day party. It's a luau party at 1 p.m. Starts at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Right before, because I'm gonna be there for the event, but I also won't be there to watch Miami versus Alabama game at 3:30.
Okay, very good. So we're probably,
That's at
well, you know, I
3:30?
got to come out.
I thought that was 8 o'clock.
No, it's 3:30.
3:30?
Well, you know, CEO has to come out and support. So
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You know, we'll be in the house.
All right.
We family, so that's what we'll do. So again, we're going to close out, and we again appreciate you all for coming on. All of our live studio audience listeners, our virtual listeners, thank you for chiming in on this evening. We had quite a few, and we appreciate it. So you can find us again on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Smoke and Spore Live every other Thursday here at Island Girl Gate Parkway, every other Tuesday at Aromas on Southside Boulevard. So again, we did you a do. And what do you say, Leon?
And another one.
And another one. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Yay, yay.
We out.
That's right. Thanks, good job.